far as the USADA drug tests go, the policy goes pretty much like this. Travis Taggart has already came out and made the statements in the code standards of WADA. That's how the penalty is going to go. There'll be a 2-year suspension between, right, or a penalty or a fine, but it's going to be for 2 years. And that's in place of a disqualification. It's already on, if you go to fightnews.com, you can go there and find out what's going on with fightnews.com. There's either 4 potential performance enhancing drugs that are not detected in the urine. As far as the HGH, human growth hormone, the HBT, the homologous blood transfusion, and the HbOc, which is a synthetic hemoglobin, and then the passport program. So the rest of everything else you got, you have, you can go in there and pretty much figure it out for yourselves and read on it. But I'm just letting y'all know that there'll be no limit to the number of tests that can go. Last weekend, both fighters were notified of the test, so there's anywhere they are in the country, they can be tested. It's the first time in history a United States athlete has ever stepped up and decided to take the world anti-doping test. Now, Freddie Roach. I want to talk about Freddie Roach. That's who we need to get on the line right now. Freddie Roach for an interview. If we can get Freddie on the interview and I call there, I guarantee you Freddie ain't going to answer a question I got to answer him. Because I want to know, how come you trained a fighter that was on steroids, that tested positive for steroids, and you knew he was on it? And in your interview said, oh, we thought he'd be off of steroids in time. How is that your excuse? Now, you just admitted you knew that your fighter was taking something that's illegal for the sport, but you hoped he had been off of it by the time it wouldn't show up in his system by the time of the fight. Because he was taking it for an injury, you said. Then you train a guy for a fixed fight over in Japan. When you train Mickey Rourke to go fight some joker over there in Japan. This guy ain't have a chance of hell of winning no damn fight in no boxing ring. That being Mickey Rourke. Not only did you sit up there and desecrate the sport by taking part in a fixed fight, you could clearly see Mickey Rourke grab this dude by the neck and tell him it's time to go down. And then what happened 10 seconds later? As soon as he throws the right hand, that right hand don't even touch him. It barely even connects him. My man is rolling around on the ground like somebody that murdered him on a fake fight like that. It's an archive fight. And a lot of people didn't see that fight, and that's why nobody saw the fight, because it was a fix. Then the WBC, Jose Sulaiman, the biggest whore in the industry. First he was with Top Rank. Then he started whoring around for Don King Promotions. Now he back to Top Rank, I guess. He's just going to keep bouncing around. They did a good job imitating him in the movie Great White Hype, with Cheech Martin playing him in the movie, because that's exactly his character and exactly who he is. They nailed it right on the head when they talk about Jose Sulaiman. He just giving away belts. He gives Freddie Roach a belt. I'm like, well, if you passing out WBC belts, then why don't you just start give Fernando Vargas one? Just go to him and say, hey Vargas, here's your belt. You don't gotta fight. Here's your belt. Not only did he do that, he just now given the 130-pound title to somebody else. This guy from Italy, that Vitaly Tiber, for beating on Humberto Gutierrez. That was back in November. But he had to wait till Soto fight was over to see what they were gonna do with the belt.
I can't help but
Instead of
notice
having
you
this
look
guy
as
fight
happy as
somebody for the
Christmas
belt, he
Day.
said, "No, we're gonna present
We're
the
a week
belt to
away
you."
from Christmas. How
That's
cool
what's
is this
happening with the
gift? Where does it rank up
WBC
there
right
for you?
now. How worthy the belt is, they just hand it to you. Here you go. Here's your belt. They just gave Freddie Roach a belt. Did you just hear me tell you they gave Freddie Roach a belt for getting his brains beat in as a fighter? The man probably had more losses than wins, and you giving this guy a belt?
Now, Freddie, speaking of
It's
gifts,
disgusting. And now that brings us to Joshua Kaladi. Of course, you know he went back home and started blaming and the reason he lost the fight on the fact that he ate a meal, his Oroko stew and baka, whatever, and it was tainted, put too much seasoning, whatever, and he gave him diarrhea. So he went to the bathroom 3 times and one night, and then 4 times in a day, and the day when he arrived at the fight, getting ready for the fight, he went another 3 times, and it's like, blech. Man, what's next? Dude, I understand you lost the fight. I understand that you weren't the same size when you went in the ring, I knew that. But, man, dude, that's something you just gotta keep to yourself and just ride that one to the grave. You know, as much as I think you got jobbed and they treated you wrong, just take your money. You'll get other big fights. Just try to be more prepared. But I'm out, and we'll talk more about this on the next videos. It's KARCENO 1.